Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Shadow from SG TCG, bringing you guys another locals. This one is from game night from last Thursday. Ended up facing a Yamato. This was round 2, I believe. Um, I chose to go second just so that the Yamato couldn't throw a 9k swing at me. I opened up with the Sengoku, honestly the best opening hand for Dofi. So I do the Sengoku, able to search for 7 Warlords from the deck. I grab Boa just because I know I'm going to need blockers in this matchup because, Yamato's just hard hat, Holiday, just going to swing big at life. After the Sengoku, I do the Perona to stack the deck, which is, again, the best opening. Search a card, stack the deck. I'm going to put the 2k at the top so I can draw into the 2k the next turn with Weevil following, just so I can establish a body and then draw another card. So trying to build the counter up, and I'm debating on whether to put Law in between the Gecko or not, just because, I could potentially, bounce something that he plays on the field with the Law the turn after. Or no, draw into the Law and then play the Gecko off leader ability just so that I can get a counter back to hand, so I can just continuously reuse the counter, especially in this matchup. So, of course, what I anticipated, he attaches all the Dawn, swings 8k. I could have countered out of it, but, I'd rather take the cards early just to give me more counter and, potentially something to utilize. So, I'm going to replicate what he does. I'm going to swing 8, tap. The 8 is going to connect. And here he's contemplating on whether to use the trigger or not. And I believe he just takes it. Yep. So no trigger. I established Weevil as a body, and I drew another card. So I have a lot of counter in hand, which is going to matter in this matchup. So he's swinging for 6 at life. Here I'm going to give him a 2k, which is exactly what I wanted to do, because now next turn I can do leader ability, play out that Gecko, and cycle that 2k back. So it's not like I'm dropping or like wasting a lot of cards, which is why I set it up that way. So he did Ohm, finds the Holy in the top 5. If he missed that search, if he had a Holy in hand, he could have played it out, but then he'd be losing one from hand. So obviously good for him. Passes the turn to me. I have 6 Dawn. I'm gonna tap the 6, tap the 4, and play out the Bow. But before I do that, I do swing with the Weevil to start. Just in case something, pops the Weevil, but he ends up countering for 2k. Boa's there. It gives me a chance to look at my next stack to see what's going on. So I end up moving, I think, the Law to the bottom so I can swing and use Law's ability next turn. So end up swinging 7, do the ability, plays out the Gecko to grab the Croc back. So goes back to cycling or recycling these 2ks or any type of counter. So Croc just happened to be one that I put in the trash. So really haven't lost much cards from hand this game. A lot of hand advantage that I have, especially counter power. Oh, and he ends up triggering an event. I forget what the name of it was, but it's trash 2. You heal 1 life. Was used in Big Mom a lot back in the day. After that, I pass turn. My opponent has 3 swings currently. I believe he's going to start the turn by tapping 5, and he's going to play out a Nami. Yep, so you see he's getting ready. He's counting the Dawn, trying to separate it. But the Nami is going to play... It's going to do a lot for him right here in the point that he's going to pop the Boa. So you see he taps 5. And you see him thinking about it, because Nami, in order for her ability to work, you have to trash a card with the trigger. So he ends up trashing his 0-cost event for the Nami to pop my Boa, and then swing 7. Here I'm going to counter out for 3k. Again, I don't want to take a double hit like that, so I use the same 2k counter from the last turn and just a 1k. So really only losing 1 card there if you realistically think about it. He does leader, he does leader ability to attach 2 Dawn to the Holy, which Yamato's ability is if your opponent is at 3 or less life, you could attach 2 rest of Dawn to a character. I counter out for another 3k. Here Here he's contemplating on swinging with Ohm, and I really wanted him to just because I was going to take the life if he did. But he didn't, so pass his turn to me. And this is where the stack comes into play, since I do recall stacking the Law to be the next leader swing. This is where it's going to come in clutch. So you see me separating down. I do have another Boa blocker in hand, and I am going to tap to play it out. But it was honestly not the right move. I should have swung out with everything else on the field first before I played the Boa. Actually, no, it looks like I needed to do that to stack. So I guess I needed to play it. I guess I might have restacked it wrong. But I'm going to swing 7 at the Holy, do leader ability, and I'm going to play the Law over the Sengoku, just so that I can bounce the Perona back to hand, which will be more useful. Sengoku can find me pieces, but Perona can rearrange the stack, which I feel would be more important at this state of the game. So I end up killing the Holy and bouncing the Ohm back to hand, so preventing a swing next turn. And then I'm going to swing 5 with the Gecko, and he ends up getting a trigger, which rests my Boa blocker, which is why I'm saying I should have swung first, but I wanted to ensure that I played the Law out from the top of deck. And in here, I just attached the 2-Don, the Weevil, swing for 8 at his life. I only do this just to put the pressure or get whatever cards out of hand. 2/2Ks. He ends up triggering a Satori, trashes the Ohm that was on the field, giving him 3 bodies this turn, so he potentially could win. He needs to connect Leader Swing, which is a double attack, and then the last 2 characters that he has on his field. But I also do have a real big grip of cards in hand, so I'm not too worried about how this plays out. He's looking at my trash to see how much counter is in there, but it's not much. So you're gonna see here, I believe he's gonna attach 4 Don to his leader and swing for 9. Let's see right here. Yeah, he's only at 9 Don. Yeah, so he's gonna attach 4. He's gonna swing 9 with his lead. I have the counter, but I decided to take it just to bait him out. He doesn't have a lot of cards in his hand, and I have 4 bodies on the field, including my leader. So I know next turn I can get him for lethal easily. He's going to swing for 5 with the Nami, which was a little odd. You know, I thought he would have swung a little bit higher, but I end up giving him just a 1K for the Nami swing. And the only reason why he swung 5 is, you're going to see here in a second, he's going to play out, tap it, play out a Rush Ace, attack with that. I counter out of that, and then he just concedes. If you guys like the content, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below what you guys thought of the game, and then I'll catch you guys in the next one.